Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto update. I hope I'm not gonna accidentally press the stream off again. I am gonna have a flight in a couple of minutes, I guess a little bit of a couple of hours here. But we just got an update 4 minutes ago. It's the biggest coincidence. I literally just asked on Twitter, like, what's going on? Why is it taking such a long while? And then I start to make a new video, and bada boom, bada bing, I just saw when I refreshed his account 1 second ago, he posted the update. So this is the crucial update for today, guys. I have not read it. I just went straight into my settings here and put the stream on. I'm going to quickly share it over in Discord as well. We'll uncover it together. It just came out 4 minutes ago, as I said. It was out for 1 second, and then I thought, you know what? I have to stream this. But the only problem is, I had so many tabs open. I have like, let's say, freaking 150 tabs open right now that everything is a little bit laggy. Once more, I'm gonna have a flight in about 2.5 hours, so we're not gonna make this too long. Holy smokes, though, guys! So, a little bit of an update for today. There's been so much going on with the Ripple v SEC lawsuit that it's just mind-boggling. Like, holy smoke! I can just talk for hours and hours and hours. But we'll check this out first. And then we'll talk about whether or not something good has happened, because I have a couple conclusions to draw, but we shall first have to see. All right, if you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm just quickly sharing it over on Discord because I can. And then we will, all right, I've shared it on Discord. Let's dive in. Let's dive right in. If there's black screen, guys, let me know quickly in the chat box. Because it might be a little bit laggy. Mind you, I have freaking 1,000 tabs open. If you have to buffer a little bit, bear with it, all right? Bear with it, because it's still worth the content. All right, so hopefully we can still see. Close your specific tabs. I like that. I like what you said. All right, update. We have reached an understanding reflecting a compromise by all parties, pursuant to which the defendants may examine Mr. Hinman on various issues without triggering a privilege objection from the SEC. So in this specific document here, we're going to notice if, once more, the SEC objects to any of this or not. And we'll see here, because I'm already seeing a couple of hints. Let's dive in. I'm pretty excited to see. Okay. Somebody says I was just done with my crypto hour. I'm sorry. Dear Judge Nedburn, we rewrite on behalf of the SEC, Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple Labs, and Chris Larson, collectively defendants, to update the court on the progress of our meet and confer discussions regarding the deposition of William Hinman, scheduled for July 27th, 2021. The parties have made significant progress in discussing the claims and objections of privilege that may apply to Mr. Hinman's testimony. We have reached an understanding reflecting a compromise by all parties, pursuant to which the defendants may examine Mr. Hinman on various issues without triggering a privilege objection from the SEC. Based on our discussions, the parties do not currently believe it will be necessary to seek the court's assistance prior to Mr. Hinman's deposition. So, straight to the bat here, that is ridiculously interesting. Okay, so as of this point here, Ripple, yeah, Jesper says it doesn't say much. We'll see in just a second. As of this point here, it's already quite cool, because it basically says that Ripple nor the SEC thinks that the judge needs to be involved with all of this. And that's the first time that Ripple has basically said something like that, because every single time they can't come to a conclusion. They've meta-conferred a freaking ton of times. Okay, you're seeing it doesn't even state the restrictions. Let's see. All parties reserve and do not waive their respective rights with respect to Mr. Hinman's deposition, including but not limited to seeking further guidance from the court. Let's read that again. Saif says, just another clickbait. I didn't know, man. I just saw breaking news up. This is a big update, but let's quickly see. All parties reserve and do not waive their respective rights with respect to Mr. Hinman's deposition, including but not limited to seeking further guidance from the court in advance of the deposition. Invoking rights under that little thingy right there, posing questions to Mr. Hinman, making objections or giving instructions to Mr. Hinman during the deposition, and filing motions after the deposition. Okay, so that's also something that might be coming up. Your mic was cutting out. I'm sorry, man. Again, it's a little bit laggy. I'm going to go on a plane in just a little bit here. I just want to quickly make an update for you guys. In addition, the parties reserve all rights with respect to the application of the deliberative process and other privileges as they may relate to the... That's actually bad, though, right? In addition, the parties reserve all rights with respect to the application of the deliberative process and other privileges. That's literally the thing that Ripple did not want. At least that's what they made it out to the judge. So I'm not really liking that part. And then again, guys, make sure you understand this is just my first impression. I just saw this, instantly went live. But what I'm kind of getting now at current vibe is just they came to a conclusion that they do not need the judge, right? Because the judge obviously only wanted to give some parameters if really necessary. But I do wonder, because right now it's basically come to our understanding then that Ripple and the SEC have figured out together whether or not they can ask Mr. Hinman the right questions. And that is something which is odd to me. Because if you guys remember the hearing from a couple of days ago, we sat through the entire thing, so I remember clearly. They were really on opposite ends. And I'm kind of wondering who is going to compromise here if they're not going to ask the judge. Because it doesn't state it, right? It just basically says, we thank the court for your assistance and giving them extra time to meet and confer, which they did, and they came to the conclusion that they do not need the court and that they'll just use the laws and that are applicable. But I'm really wondering how this is going to work. Because we basically got nothing then, right? On this specific piece here. Or am I seeing it wrong, guys? Okay. The reason I put it as urgent or breaking news, guys, is because this news just came out 1 minute ago when I started streaming. So if you're wondering about that, that's why it's urgent. That way it's newest of the new. You couldn't get it fresher than this. But we do not see this as necessarily big news, unless they can actually kind of overrule. I'm wondering about that, guys. We can see this as a good thing. We can see this as a bad thing. I'm going to say it's neutral for right now, as it didn't give us the update that we hoped for. I actually expected Ripple to ask the judge to put up a new schedule for all the new motions and whatnot, because I thought they were going to fight this one really hard. Logically, we didn't think they could come to an agreement on their own. I mean, this is surprising to me. I'm a little bit of a I'm real surprised. Not gonna lie to you. I didn't expect this at all. Are you guys surprised by this? It simply means, this is what Steve says, simply means the two parties have agreed on parameters of the deposition. Yet, the most important part for us, Steve, is have they come to a conclusion about whether or not William Hinman himself can actually be questioned? Because as it currently stands, they came to a conclusion and they're going to go follow the current rules, and specifically talking about the fact that deliberative process and whatnot can actually be included in all of this, which Ripple did not want and the SEC did want. How do you guys see this? Okay, let's put up a poll in the chat box. I'll ask if you guys think it's good or bad news. Because I'm neutral on this one. I'm very neutral. I just would have liked Ripple to fight it more. Then again, as we said before, the judge didn't want William to sit twice. But then again, it has nothing to do with this. How do you guys... This is a really difficult one. Good. Was this update good or bad? Good, bad. Let me put good. All right, let's put. I'll put up a chat box, or no, a little poll box, which we can now do. And you guys put down what you think. It's blurry, bro. There's two things. One, you can actually change your settings, I think, for the stream. And second of all, once more, I wasn't prepared to do this stream. I thought the news didn't come out. I waited for like 55, 65, something like that minutes here behind my computer, just refreshing. It didn't come out. Started recording a new video, and all of a sudden it did come out. So I wasn't prepared to do a live stream. So if it's a little bit blurry, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to get this out as soon as possible so we can just discuss it together. But the majority of you guys are saying it's good. And I guess the conclusion we should draw is it's good news because there's no bad news, right? And every piece of news that comes out in this specific regard that's not bad is almost by definition good for the Ripple v. SEC case. Yeah, I would say so. Let's see it from this perspective, guys. It could have been way worse. It could have been literally that the SEC wants to object to every single thing. And now as it currently stands, they come to a conclusion they're on nice terms, which is one of the first times. I mean, literally, if you're wondering, Ripple and the SEC, they basically talk on a regular basis. They call it meet and confer. And on the majority of these occasions, at least what I've noticed now, they don't really bring the issues up to the judge, so that's fine. Yet, it's mostly in the SEC's prejudice. Like, for example, the documents that the SEC was supposed to hand over, the judge ruled on that kind of globally. They had to meet and confer about what specifics could be sent over. Yet, the difficult part with that is that well, if they don't give it and you didn't ask for help from the judge, you're going to have to ask for help from the judge a different time through either a new motion to compel or just, it's a lot of a bigger process if you just don't come out of a meet and confer situation like that. And here I'm thinking, well, they had time. What are they doing? Why? Some people are saying in the comment section now maybe they've settled. Understandable. I get where you're coming from. And by the way, guys, I'm I'm in the car next to the airport. So, yeah, that's what I do for you guys. If you enjoyed these updates, as I said, as soon as possible, let me know down below. I have a flight in about 2.5 hours. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes from now-ish. If you appreciate that stuff, make sure you press the like button. What a crazy situation, man. I hoped it would be more, though. I hoped it would have been Ripple is like fighting this entire thing. Then again, let's see it from two sides. No, it's not bad news. Your name is very difficult. Suppadubaduddy. It's not actually bad news, because if bad news would have also been the good news. Why? Hear me out. So this is neutral news because we don't really know what type of conclusions they drew. And the reason I'm saying it could be good or bad is because we don't know if it's going to be more in Ripple's favor or SEC's favor. They're just saying we don't need a judge, we don't need the court, which I think is a strange choice. But the reason I'm saying it's not good nor bad, and the other situation would have been good or bad, is because if they did not come to a conclusion, it would have basically been Ripple wants to question William Hinman, and the SEC is like, no, we don't want to. And then it could have been, well, good or bad, because it's going to depend on what the judge is going to rule. And we couldn't know on that one. Here, it's all up to them, and it's all going to happen behind closed doors now. So, it's, and we got 69 likes. I like that. Okay, never mind. Nobody pressed the like button anymore. We were at 69. Oh, okay, never mind. We were already at 70, so. It's going forward, like CPB says. So, I guess we'll see it as a good thing for right now. We're going to just enjoy everything, and, I had so much stuff open, guys. I was just planning to do something else, a different video. And then all of a sudden I refreshed, and in 1 second, boom, this news came out. What is the news? That Ripple and the SEC are not going to be needing a judge. They're not going to go through the court. It's going against everybody's expectation because it basically means that they are going to come to a conclusion themselves, which I don't understand. Here, XP Moon said, I don't understand. First, the SEC said they will object almost everything. That's, again, what happened during the hearing. I was there, so yes. Now they agreed. Is it Ripple sacrificing a lot for the SEC? Or is it the SEC sacrificing all of the most important stuff to Ripple? Think about it, guys. Think about it. The most important thing about it all is who's going to be, like, are they going to be able to depose him, yes or no? And one of these two parties has to make a compromise, because the SEC says a hard no and Ripple says a hard yes. Who is biting the dust here? Let's see. You guys are saying check James. I'll check it out. Maybe there's something happening. Is there a settlement in the background and that's what they need the judge? It could be. Am I saying it's happening? No. Am I saying it's a possibility? Well, I mean, I'm not going to deny that. Because this is just, I don't understand. Let's quickly check it out, guys. Again, it's so laggy. No, this is just the news. Oh, he said, I'm too paranoid to use breaking anymore because I don't want to have anyone have a heart attack. I thought update was pretty bland. I'm open to suggestions. Yeah, I kind of feel as if I should have maybe done the same thing. I thought it would be more, guys, stand with my side as well. I thought it would be even crazier news. I just had a really high expectation of some crazy little part right here. And if you're wondering about this beneath part, the motion to dismiss, I'll talk about that in a different video that I was already recording, that I stopped mid-recording to quickly give you guys this breaking news live stream update. Then again, news was kind of a little bit of a letdown, but we were there within 1 minute though, so I think it was still juicy and okay. I can talk now about so much other stuff that I have here, but I'll just make a video for it. It's not breaking news anymore. What have you missed? Once more, a document explaining that Ripple does not need the judge. Everybody's seeing this right now. It just came out 1 minute ago before we started the stream. And I'm going to tell you guys once more, check out the Bybit competition. A link is down below for it. People say, oh, stop talking about it. No, it is so ridiculously worth it. I've never had such a situation in my life. It is worth it for everybody to check out at least. Read through it. If you don't like it, don't join. But the majority of you guys should check it out. And I know it's a little bit laggy. Might show some black screen. It might not put my voice in properly. But once more, check it out. And I'll be making another, I guess, video on it. I've also been checking Court Listener. Nothing came out on there. I updated myself so freaking many times. But I don't really honestly know where James is getting all his stuff from. Is he getting it from the Pacer? So just updating Pacer? Because it costs some money to update it on there. like I believe it costs like 50 cents to refresh, right? To see if there's any new documents on there, and then it takes some money to actually buy it too. But I do not know for sure because you need to be an attorney to be able to actually see those things. All right, so not too much breaking news. I guess it was pretty exciting to see. A little bit of a letdown though in the end of things. I'll update you guys later today with some videos. Make sure you check out the channel. Make sure you are subscribed. More videos are going to be coming out. And also make sure you press that like button if you want more of these quick little streams whenever there's important news to cover. So yeah, just quick little update. I'm going to catch my flight. Hopefully I'm not too late. I think I have enough time though. We'll be fine. And thank you so much all for stopping by, saying hi. And I'm sorry it wasn't better. If there's anything else happening, I'll update you guys again, all right? No worries about it, unless I'm on the plane.